Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Learn more at labrunerie.com or by calling 573-449-5313. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends, and Happy New Year to you on January the 1st, 2018. 2018. Now, we're going to have to say that over and over again. It's good to have you spending part of your New Year's Day with us. I want to introduce you to Megan Sievers, who is with us from Welcome Home. And
Hello.
Welcome to Radio Friends, Megan.
Thank you, and Happy New Year to you and everybody watching.
Thank you. You know, I'm glad that we had you on here on the first day of the new year, because you have some really fantastic news to share with the community. First of all, for people who may not be aware, why don't you explain what Welcome Home is?
I would love to. Welcome Home is an organization here in Columbia that really works to honor veterans and restore their lives. And there's several ways in which we do that. Between emergency shelter and transitional housing, Welcome Home gives our veterans and their families a warm, safe place to lay their heads. But beyond that, we provide necessities, food, supplies that might be needed, and then try to work with them one-on-one to reintegrate them back into the civilian workforce.
Right. How long can a veteran or their family stay with you?
It's a great question. We get asked that a lot. We actually don't put a time limit on the amount of time that a veteran and their family can stay. The average time that someone stays at Welcome Home is about 90 days, or was so last year. We'll definitely figure that out moving forward, but about 90 days after a veteran and their family moves into Welcome Home and they are able to transition back into independent, sustainable living and a greater quality of life. Mm-hmm. But there are those instances or individuals that may need a little longer time, depending on some of the ailments that they might have that they need to overcome.
How would a veteran, or why would a veteran come to Welcome Home? Do you reach out to them, or do they come to you?
We connect with veterans a lot of different ways. One of our greatest sources of referrals is from the VA. We have an incredible partnership with Truman VA Hospital. And so if they have a veteran coming through for different services there, they're very aware of Welcome Home. One of our funders, in fact, they support us in a big way. So they want to make sure that if there is a compatible veteran that might need our services and shelter, they send them along to us first. Mm-hmm. But we also have a lot of our veterans reaching out to other veterans, saying, this may be an opportunity, this may be a place that works for you, that's a good fit. Come check it out and try it out and see if it works.
And all of this has been made possible because of wonderful people in the community who have gotten behind Welcome Home and made it, gone from a dream to a reality. Now, you were telling me, and I found this really hard to believe, everything is paid off.
Yes, the building is paid for.
Now, how long did it take you to pay for that building? Because you haven't been in operation that long.
Well, so we've been an organization for 25 years.
25 years,
in
but
the
the
old
building,
facility, but the building itself took 3 years to fundraise, raise the money for, in order for us to move in debt-free.
So you're totally debt-free.
Yes, sir.
And that is possible because?
Because of some very generous members of our community, several of which have really been the champions behind our capital campaign to make sure we were able to make this dream into a reality.
Yeah.
Veterans United Home Loans, of course, and the employees of Veterans United were a huge champion for Welcome Home through this capital campaign. We were also very grateful for City of Columbia, Columbia Orthopedic Groups, and then a lot of other entities and individual givers that made this all possible.
Yeah, and you were saying that when you walk into the building, you have all of the donors' names up there
Yes.
and organizations you have.
We're very proud and humbled by the donors, and it's very clear and evident when you walk into our front lobby that we are so honored to highlight those that made this possible. And when other guests walk in or veterans walk in, that's one of the first things that they see is this wall of donors that care and want to give back to veterans in a big way.
What would you say is the most important aspect of Welcome Home?
You know, I think it is the fact that you have veterans with veterans. You have a home that is dedicated and has over the years really created and cultivated this environment that is service members for service members. And so, as you know, if you come to a certain time in your life where maybe you've fallen on hard times, you don't know where to turn, you're not sure who to trust, what are the answers or support networks out there? If you are in a home with people that have gone through similar situations as you,
And not everybody understands that.
They do not.
Unless you have actually been in that situation, you don't know what it's like.
Absolutely. And all of these stories, all of our veterans come through with different backgrounds, different stories, different times of service. We serve all eras and conflicts. It's not just to post 9/11 veterans. We've had Vietnam veterans come through, but they have one thing in common, and that they sign that dotted line to say, yes, I will go to fight for this country. And I'm not sure I'll make it home, but if I do, I'm hoping there's something for me when I return.
Right.
And a lot of these guys just don't have that.
Yeah.
And so that is something they share.
That really, when you think about that, that is a pitiful shame. That people who have put their life on the line for each and every one of us sometimes come home and live on the street for months or years, and they have no one to turn to for help. But we are fortunate, they are fortunate, in this community, at least, that we have an organization called Welcome Home.
Yes. We here in Missouri, we are the one and only that does what we do. There are a lot of shelters out there. There are other VA hospitals, but as far as a veteran-centric and specific organization that helps with emergency, transitional, and rapid rehousing, we are it. And we know that there is a need out there for what we do, hence the expansion, right?
Yeah.
We knew there was more that we could do. So if every community could template this model in some capacity, some way, shape, or form, you can imagine the number of homeless veterans we could eliminate off the
You're
streets.
an absolute wonderful spokesman for Welcome Home.
I'm very passionate about this.
I can tell that. If people want to help, what do you need now as far as assistance?
Now we need monetary donations. We're at a point where we have gotten lots of love and support via in-kind donations. We've got incredible grants that help us with the programs and some of the services, but we are now in the home, and we want to not only enhance what we're doing, but sustain it and prove to those that have given so much already that we can do this for them.
Okay. How do they help out if they want?
If you want to visit www.welcomeveterans.org, you can learn more about what we do and how to give back.
Okay, www.welcomeveterans.org. And you can make a monetary donation there.
Absolutely.
And volunteer also.
We would love volunteers.
Okay. Megan, thank you so much for coming by. Continued success and Happy New Year 2018.
Well, thank you for having us. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. Bye-bye.